What is up, nerds? We are back.
Time to solve some fucking puzzles.
Yeah! Ace dragged us out, said to come look in here. He wanted to talk to us, and then proceeded to not talk to us. So we're just going to do a puzzle without him.
Yeah. The cable that comes out of this thing is connected to the desk. What does that mean?
I don't know. That's a great question. Wait, before we do that...
All right, this screwdriver ought to make short work of this music box.
It looks to be a cylinder for a music box, eh? A number of pins and some pieces of metal that look rather like fans attached to it. Hey, Junpei, I was thinking. These pins in this metal thing, if you look at them in 2 dimensions, don't they remind you of something?
Oh, what do you mean in 2 dimensions?
Hey, what would the cross-section of one of these pins look like, eh?
Dot?
And, what about the fans?
They just look like lines.
Exactly. Now, you know a code that makes use of dots and lines?
A code with dots and lines. Gee, I wonder if this is the thing that has to do with that telegraph that... Dots and lines. Maybe I could transfer them onto another surface like this piece of paper by rolling the cylinder across it. Interesting. I guess I'll put the ink on the cylinder.
Ah, yeah, so you put ink on the cylinder. That's cool.
Yeah. If I roll it across a piece of paper, the pins and the fans will leave marks on it, right? The pins will make dots, and the fans will leave lines.
All right, then show us.
Now I just gotta roll the cylinder across a piece of paper, and if I'm right, the ink should...
Well, hey, you got yourself a Morse code shot there, pal. Just as you suspected, right? Now you have a pattern of dots and lines on the paper. I imagine it's Morse code. Dots and lines are the dots and dashes of Morse code, aren't they? Do you want me to look up what this means, or just assume that they'll tell us at some point?
The first letter is an S.
It depends on which way is up, but yeah.
Oh, that's true.
Sorry, there we go.
Also, it depends where the dividers are. Also, it depends if these are letters at all, come to think of it.
Yeah, let's just hold on to that for now.
Yeah.
Hey, Junpei, what you doing? You have the Morse code message, right? Certainly you know what to do next, huh?
I don't, because we haven't interacted with the puzzle. Hey, Ace, look, it's a model of a steam train.
How on earth did you arrive at that conclusion?
To be honest, I have no goddamn idea what this thing really is. It's probably some kind of radio transmitter.
You and me both, Junpei.
Hey, Ace, look, it's a monkey with glasses.
How on earth do you arrive at that conclusion?
It also kind of looks like someone who's been watching too much TV. To be honest, I have no goddamn idea what this thing really is.
Man, you really started cussing in this one room, huh?
It's probably some kind of radio transmitter. Telegraph machines make me angry. What can I say?
Well, I mean, me too. It's just such an inefficient use of technology. That's what I say.
Just a normal light. Well, it won't turn on, so maybe not that normal. Alright, I got the Morse code I'm supposed to enter. If I do this right, something will happen. I hope. Alright, let's give this a shot.
That work? I think we're all going to Ontario, friend. Do we have to look it up IRL or?
No, it looks like we just gotta click the thing. Let's click the thing.
All right, what happened?
That's the last one, and yes.
Oh, excellent work, Junpei. Good job. Seem to have figured it out. Unlock the drawer.
Damn, I wonder if that was anything spelled out.
Do you want me to look at it real quick?
Maybe.
A red file. If they don't tell us by the end of this puzzle, I'll pull up some more so we can look it up. A red file lay in the drawer. Junpei reached down and picked it up.
Looks like something's on the cover. ALLICE. All ice. Alice. Does this mean...
Junpei couldn't hold back. He had to know what was in that file. Each page was covered with strange characters. They looked like tiny drawings of birds, snakes, insects, horned animals, wings, and even kneeling humans. There were many pages in the file, and each was full of these strange symbols.
What the hell is this?
He didn't realize he'd spoken aloud until Ace looked over at him. Oh, they're hieroglyphs, a form of writing used in ancient Egypt.
Ancient Egypt?
That's right.
Can you read them?
Fuck no. Of course. I can't. What would make you think I could?
What the hell?
Junpei flipped through a few more pages. It wasn't just one or two pages that were covered in the strange symbols. Every single page was covered in them.
Whoa, the whole thing's like that.
Trying to read them was pointless. Junpei wasn't going to waste any more time with them. He made to close the file, and something fell out.
Uh-huh. What's this?
He bent down and picked it up.
Oh, a key card.
There was a symbol on it that reminded Junpei of the symbols for Saturn and Mercury key cards. This one, however, had a dot in the center of the male symbol. Uranus, huh? That's the Uranus symbol. Junpei looked over to see Ace examining the card. In addition to the Uranus symbol, there were 3 words engraved on the card as well.
Something's written on the bottom. Bottom deck library. This must be the key to the library, then.
Oh, so it would seem, huh?
Bottom deck library. Ah.
Junpei remembered something he'd heard from Seven when they'd been in the chemical closet.
Seven said something like, Alice sleeps in a small chamber past the forest of knowledge, beneath the navel of the gigantic. Could beneath the navel mean the bottom deck, and the forest of knowledge is the library? Then could Alice be in a room somewhere beyond the library?
What's wrong? Something on your mind? Junpei blinked. Only then did he notice that Ace looking at him, curiosity and concern written across his face in equal parts.
Yeah, I just remembered something.
Oh, is that so? What about, huh?
Well, don't laugh, okay?
I am physically incapable of laughing. There was no reason for Junpei to hide his thoughts. He began to explain his theory to Ace. Then he stopped. It wouldn't make any sense if Ace didn't know who Alice was supposed to be. So he told Ace everything June had told him. The Egyptian priestess and Ice 9. Interesting.
And the woman who wouldn't melt, who was recovered from the Titanic disaster. They called her All Ice, which eventually turned into Alice. And she was purchased by an English millionaire who called himself Lord Gordain. According to Seven, this ship is where he hid Alice.
Ah. And you, think he hid her in a small room beyond the library on the bottom deck, eh?
Yeah, well, I mean, it is just a theory.
A game theory. I got you, bro.
Woo!
Ace stared off into the distance, his hand slowly and absent-mindedly stroking his beard. After a few moments, his hand stopped. He turned slowly to look at Junpei, his brows drew together. Hey, Junpei, you ever heard of the term CAS?
CAS?
Yeah, CAS. It stands for Cells Alive System. It's an advanced technology for freezing and preserving organic matter. Put simply, it's a technique that allows one to freeze things without the formation of ice crystals. Normally, if you freeze something fresh, water within cells expands as it crystallizes, damaging the cell membrane. CAS, however, works differently. The object to be frozen is supercooled using magnetic fields, then frozen instantly and uniformly, giving ice crystals no time to form. It's originally developed for the preservation of food as an alternative to the normal freezing process. However, there are some rumors that it could be used for, other things. Know what I mean?
What do you mean, other things?
Yeah, you know what I mean. Well, there are obvious medical uses, but perhaps also, space travel.
Space travel? Are you serious?
Yeah, surely you heard of suspended animation, right? Cryogenic freezing. It's a fairly common idea in science fiction books and films. People are sometimes frozen for especially lengthy journeys through space, right? That was when Junpei understood what Ace was suggesting.
Whoa. Wait a minute there.
Waiting a minute? Ace looked at him and raised an eyebrow.
Are you saying that Alice was frozen using that CAS thing?
Well, I'm sure the possibility is quite low, but it is a possibility, eh? If this special ice you call Ice 9 does indeed exist, and if Cass were used to freeze her into that sort of ice instantaneously, I think she would be...
You think she could be alive?
Well, I can't say for sure, of course, but only talking about possibilities here. Melting point for Ice 9 is 96 degrees, right? She put somewhere that she could reach that temperature.
That's nuts. Are you really saying she could have defrosted and started walking about?
Yeah, you're quite right. Does sound pretty unbelievable, doesn't it? But if she had, then we would we'd have an explanation for the man we found dead on the floor, right?
You mean the guy dressed like a captain?
Yeah. He was dead when we found him. Clearly, he was avoided. But if he was avoided, then by whom, right? Couldn't have been one of us. That'd be impossible. When we enter the captain's quarters, one must first open door number 1. A door that requires the Earth key prevented us from accessing door number 1. So who was it that opened that door?
Santa and Lotus.
Right. Clearly 2 of them could not have opened door number 1 or any other door for that matter. Who else then could have done so? Junpei thought for a second.
Nobody. After Santa and Lotus used the Earth key, they turned back and met up with me and June. Then we returned to the large hospital room and found Ace, 7, and Clover. While we'd gone into the shower room, Ace, 7, and Clover had stayed behind. But it's impossible for those 3 to open door 1. But what about when June and I took the elevator to door 2? No, still won't work. We were gone only 5 minutes. No human being could have run to the captain's quarters, killed that guy in there, and run back that fast.
It'd be impossible for any of us to be the murderer, right? In the case, who could have killed him? Would it make sense if his killer was someone who had been in the ship for some time? A person like that would know the ship well. They'd know locations of all the hidden passages and secret doors, right? Number door would mean nothing to someone like that. It'd be a simple thing for them to enter the captain's quarters.
Then you're saying the killer was Alice?
Junpei's turned to raise an eyebrow. Ace drew his thumb across his lips thoughtfully. Well, it's only one possible theory after all.
All ice. Alice. Is she really somewhere on the ship?
Junpei had only one clue. The key card in his hand.
Maybe this card will give me access to the Forest of Knowledge. And the big mystery. What could be there beyond the Forest of Knowledge? Anyway, whatever, it's gonna have to wait. I can't do anything right now. I'll come back to this later.
He gripped the key card tighter and shoved it deep into his pocket. You right there? New material's been added to the file screen. All right.
What's that?
Unique key. It's a key with a letter case, eh? It ain't metal. This would be ceramic. Hey, Junpei, you found a keyhole that might fit in?
I legit forget if there's a keyhole that we're looking for a key for.
Yeah, me too. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at that. A file on it found in the communications office. All it says Al Ice on the spine. All the pages are filled with hieroglyphics from ancient Egypt. So when it says hint, it actually means upper screen from like the DS release is what.
Okay.
Yeah, or the other screen. That instead of hint, it's probably a better way of thinking about it. What do we do with this? What do we do with this?
The control panel for the electronic lock. It looks like it's got a keyhole on the bottom right. Maybe the key I got earlier. Sweet, just had to put that key in and now it's on. I feel like this is the round where we keep solving the puzzles before we interact with them. And it's just like, oh, we got the Morse code thing before looking at the Morse code. We got the key for this keypad before looking at the keypad.
It's because I keep looking around and doing everything before doing the obvious puzzle, and that just happens to work out like this.
Junpei, look, there's a minus sign on the screen. There are 8 of them. That probably means we've got to put in 8 digits. Do you think you can figure it out? Interesting.
What do we get in our file for this one?
We got the numerical system chart. Yeah.
I don't think that helps us, though. Wait.
Would this?
Wait. Let's try doing Alice and all ice.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Let's see if that does anything for us. So that gives us A is 10. L is what? Fucking 21. I is 18.
That's gonna be too many. What's C?
C is 12. E is 15.
14?
14. What? How
No, I'm
many,
not trusting you.
how many digits is that?
So that all Alice is 5 words long, right? Every single letter in that is gonna be 2 digits. So that's gonna be 10.
Okay.
So we need a word that's 4 letters long. Oh, 0.
Oh.
So
But Z isn't a letter in this.
we can extrapolate.
Okay.
Z is gonna be like what? 35, right?
Yeah, I think so.
E is 14.
Yeah.
What's R? 26, 27, 28, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And O is 25.
All right, let's try that. Eight digits, huh? Once I put in the 8-digit number, I just press E to enter it. And if I mess up, I guess I just press C. All right, let's give it a shot.
35, 14, 2825. Wonder if we got that right. Well,
Oh, what's the passcode? I'm pretty sure I've searched every part of this room by now.
let's look at that again. So here's an interesting thing. If you put that into Morse code translator, taking each line as its own thing, what you get out is not what I typed. I typed the wrong thing.
35 equals Z.
35 equals Z, which is what I just did.
That's what we just did. So did we have it right?
So I'm guessing we messed something up then in our counting. Let's
Holy shit.
let's try that again.
Yeah, let's try again. So,
Okay, so 35, E is 14.
what is R?
R is the 18th letter of the alphabet, so that'll be 17 plus 10, 27.
Oh, we did 28. I was wrong.
There it is. And then O. So it's 15th, so we have to add 14, so that's 24.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's try it. Woo! Yes,
We just suck at counting, that's all it is.
it worked. Good job, Junpei.
Hey, Axel, you seem to have unlocked it. Good job, Junpei.
All right, let's go.
Well, that was fun.
I liked the shtick there, where you have a different route, a backup route with the Morse code to be like, oh, I couldn't figure it out. I don't understand why this isn't working. Well, I have a clue in my inventory. Is it relevant? It is.
Yeah, I was
It'll
wondering
lead
why
you
we
to the
still
same
held on to it,
place.
and that's why. They stepped out of the captain's quarters and into another hallway. The hallway stretched out in front of Junpei for a bit before turning left like a great backward L.
All right, let's go.
Junpei rounded the corner and took off down the straightaway. He ran and ran and ran. And the hallway was a door.
That's the next door.
He made straight for it.
Wait, a piece of paper?
He was nearly halfway to it when he noticed a piece of paper in the middle of the floor. Junpei skidded to a halt.
This is,
He dropped down to his hands and knees and quickly tore the paper off the floor.
map of the ship's interior for ADAC.
Oh, hey, it looks like you found map of the ship's interior for ADAC. What's wrong, buddy? Ace, slightly slower by virtue of his advanced age, finally caught up to Junpei.
I found a map for this floor.
He showed Ace what he snatched from the wall. He looked at it long enough to determine what it was and nodded. I see. With that, he began running again past Junpei. That is a good map of the ship's interior, ADAC.
Well, that was anticlimactic. I should keep this, though.
Junpei shoved the map into his pocket and got up to follow Ace. Something stopped him.
Hey, where's Clover?
He turned around. Clover was nowhere to be seen.
Damn it, what the hell is she up to?
Junpei muttered angrily under his breath and took off the back the way he'd come. Stomped around the corner, he saw her. She was standing in front of the door to the captain's quarters, her hand on the doorknob.
Clover? Huh?
Junpei watched. She closed it gently and quietly.
What the hell are you doing? Nothing. What do you mean, nothing?
Clover had unconsciously put her hands over the pockets of her jacket, as if trying to hide something.
What the hell is that? What? You've got something in your pocket. What is it? Oh, this is a note. A note. Yeah, I found it in the pocket of the guy with the captain's clothes. It said something about the darkness of the sinister hand or something. What the hell? Let me see it. No, not right.
But Junpei wasn't going to get to see it. From the other end of the hall, he heard Ace's voice. Hey, Junpei Clover, what are you numeral 2 doing? Hurry up!
He's getting mad.
So she took the bracelets?
I bet.
I think that's what she took. Because she wants to test something. Because now we've understand what she's thinking, and now that she's gotten that far, right? She's like, okay, hold on. What about my theory that you know, if she wants it being able to register that on a thing, then that changes her logic, and she knows that. So I think that she took the 0 bracelet, and she's going to try to see if it'll register. And if that does, then she has to reassess her groups of people, and then she'll come to the real conclusion, I bet. Clover shrugged.
I'll show it to you later, all right? Come on, we gotta hurry.
Before Junpei could protest, she was gone. Around the corner and off down the long stem of the L. A note. A note. Junpei was curious. There's something else that bothered him.
From the look of that pocket, it doesn't particularly look like just a note. Geez, what are you thinking? For crying out loud.
Junpei did his best to convince himself that it would make sense later and ran off after Clover.
It'll make all too much sense later.
Oh, yeah. Hey, we got out. Look at us. Where are we at? Okay, we're at the branch point here. So we'll get to see what's what here. Junpei pushed through the door and found himself in a large room with a large set of stairs.
Calling it, there won't be a branch point. It'll be like the other one where we didn't get a choice point here. We just got railroaded down.
Yeah. I don't think these last ones are branch points. I think it's based on whether or not we have the locks done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whether or not the locks are what we are done or not.
I bet we will get the good variant of this one this time.
Really? Okay.
Because all of that Clover stuff and 7 stuff,
all this
was
stuff
optional.
We had. Okay.
We could have missed it. So I bet this won't be like big good end, but I bet we'll get the less bad variant of this one.
All right, let's try it.
That's my theory. The big stairs, so this is where it ends up. Just like it says on the map.
It is just what he had expected to see after reading the map. His I see after reading the map himself meant that Ace had probably realized the same thing.
Ace? Did he head down?
Put his hand on the handrail and leaned over to look down.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, there I am.
Look, the 4 others are there too.
And not just Ace, Santa, June 7, and Lotus as well.
Really? Let's join them.
Junpei and Clover glanced at each other and hurried down the stairs. They reached B deck at the same time. Jumpy, Clover! June's face was excited. Something had happened, that much Junpei could tell by simply looking at her.
What's up?
Given their situation, he was not inclined to be excited about sudden developments. June, however, couldn't contain herself. We found it!
Found what?
We found it!
What did you find?
The last door! We found door 9!
What? Come on, just follow us. We'll explain on the way. Okay.
7 turned and jogged off down the stairs.
Well, if that's the case...
Wait for me. Oh, we should get going as well, huh? The rest followed. Junpei! We finally made it. The relief and excitement in her voice echoed what one of them had felt.
Yeah, it's finally time.
Junpei wasn't quite ready to believe that they'd really done it, at least not yet. Still, if everyone said it was door 9, then it probably was.
We've reached the end.
He could feel his heart racing. A mixture of anticipation and fear ran through his veins, and he could feel his legs shaking. He was doing his best to maintain a sense of healthy skepticism, but he couldn't deny that the prospect of escape was an exciting one.
But something's bothering me. Only 3 to 5 people can go through the numbered door. 7 of us are on our way to door 9. That means that best case scenario, there will be 2 of us who have to stay behind. 2 people. Is there a way?
Junpei looked over at the clock.
There is now because Clover sussed out what's going on and has the bracelet.
Well... No, because the information he doesn't have is that there are 2 9 doors. I see what you're saying. No, because he's operating under the assumption right now that only one group will be able to go through door number 9 with at most 5 people in it. That is his assumption. He doesn't realize that there is a second door number 9.
Oh, is that the assumption? I didn't get that, because the way he said that 2 people would have to stay behind, I thought there was something else. 7 of us. Oh, no. Okay, yeah. You're right. 4:30. We've only got 90 minutes left. I've got no time to wonder about it now. Hey, Junpei, June, what the hell are you 2 doing? Hurry it up.
Santa's voice jolted Junpei out of his reverie. Let's go, Junpei. June took off down the stairs, jogging as quickly as she could.
Yeah.
Junpei followed. C deck. There'll be a lot of C deck in your future, if you know what I mean. Yeah?
Got him.
Yeah, got him. As a group, they piled onto the elevator and rode impatiently down to E deck. It looked familiar. There was a metal grate between the numeral 2 elevators. 7 grabbed a hold of it and began to talk.
I know I told you I'd explain it earlier, but honestly, there ain't much to explain. After we split off from you guys, 4 of us got into the elevator on the left, and that took us to the other side of the grate. After that, we all headed down another hallway. It took us toward the bow, and eventually to the number 6 that you 2 found earlier. We opened it and kept going. There was another locked door behind it, like usual, but this time we had to complete 2 different areas before we could unlock it. Once we were through that door, there was another hallway that went the other direction, toward the stern. So, on your way, you found the elevator. That's right. So, in other words, you kinda did a lap, huh? You came from that side to this side. Yeah.
With that settled, Junpei looked around.
So, where's the number 9 door? Over here, follow me.
7 began walking down the hallway that led toward the stern. Junpei and the others broke into a jog to keep up with him. By the way... They had been walking for a while, June in silent step with Junpei when she spoke. You know it's because of Santa that we're all in here right now.
Huh?
That all numeral 7 of us are going to door number 9. You don't get it? Santa, 7, and Lotus. What's their digital route? 3 plus 7 plus 8 equals 18. 1 plus 8 is 9.
9. It's 9.
That's right. They could have just left me behind and kept going if they'd wanted to. But they didn't.
But they didn't.
Yeah, because Santa wouldn't let them. He said we can't leave June and the others behind. That's why we went looking for you guys. So that's pretty reliable testimony if you hadn't sussed it out at this point that Santa probably isn't going to kill anyone.
Yep.
If he had been the killer, he would have jumped at the chance to get out, right?
Sure would. And then you got on the elevator and went back to the central staircase.
That's right.
Did they not notice the second door?
Well, I wouldn't have called that one. That Santa would be the one to stick up for you, I mean.
Junpei felt his eyebrows knit as he considered that.
Oh, don't get me wrong.
Perhaps Jun had sensed Junpei's concern.
I didn't mean that Seven and Lotus said they wanted to leave me behind. We were just talking about it and Santa objected to it first.
Is that so?
Junpei was about to respond when Seven suddenly stopped.
We're here.
In front of them stood a door.
So, is this? Yeah.
Junpei couldn't see Seven's face, but he could see him nod.
There's no other place for us to go. Nope, just look around. There's a big old iron wall at the end of the hallway. The other hallways on the left and right are blocked by metal grates. I see.
Looked as though Seven was right. The door in front of them was their only choice.
All right, let's get moving.
Although we do know Seven likes to prop open the doors to the rooms, and they could access the back end of the coffin puzzle room from here. Was it the coffin puzzle room, or would it be the...
I don't know.
Because one of those has a gun in it.
Mm-hmm.
Pulled the door
Assuming
open and
they
walked
didn't
in.
already take it.
Yeah. Junpei took a deep breath and followed. It appeared that they'd been telling the truth.
No way.
First thing Junpei saw as he entered the room was the number 9. Like all the others, it was a rough thing made of red paint. The door decorated sat on the back wall of a rectangular room. Junpei ran up to it.
The 9 door.
It was a large double door with a powerful styling. Something about it was almost majestic, and it made the red paint look especially garish.
We're finally here.
Junpei grabbed the handle and shook. It didn't budge, but then he hadn't exactly expected it to. The red was bolted to the wall next to the door. Its display read vacant.
No doubt about it. This is door 9. Finally, this is the last...
Junpei felt a flood of emotion wash over him. Felt a chill down his back, and his chest tightened even as his blood began to boil. There was a moment of complete silence.
Junpei, look behind you.
He turned around.
Behind? What?
Junpei could scarcely believe what he saw.
Why? A door and a 9. There's another one. Hey, what the hell? What the hell is going on here?
His words came slowly, and his brain struggled to understand what he'd seen. On shaky legs, he made his way to the second 9. It was a small door set parallel to the door they'd come through, but in the other corner of the room. So we managed to get everyone down to the 9 doors with an extra bracelet, and without Ace having a murder weapon. So
maybe this actually is good end.
I don't know if it's good end, but we're doing all right.
Yeah.
There was no mistaking the number, and if any more proof was needed, a red was bolted on the wall near the door.
There's a red there, too. That means... And of course it won't open.
He grabbed the handle and shook the door, not because he expected it to open, but because he had to make sure it was real.
But why? Why the hell are there 2 doors?
It was Ace who spoke first. Do you think perhaps one is the right door and the other one is the wrong one? Lotus was skeptical. I don't know about that. That seems unlikely. And why do you say so? Well, think about all the rooms we've been through so far. They're full of puzzles, but there's always hints about how to solve them. I'm pretty sure there aren't any rooms where we just have to go with our best guess and leave it to instinct to solve the puzzle. Do you really think that at the very end of the game, Zero's going to suddenly throw in something that depends entirely on luck? Then you're saying there's some sort of hint in this room?
No, I don't think there's a hint anywhere in here. I searched it very well when I was in here before. I didn't find anything that might have been a hint, though.
Oh, well then that means,
Yeah, both of these are the right door. I mean, if you think about it, Zero never actually said there was only one door with a 9 on it. It is hidden, but an exit can be found. Seek a way out. Seek a door that carries a 9.
Junpei began to mutter to himself.
So if there are 2 number 9 doors, if we split it up right, that's not gonna work.
Junpei blinked and looked up at Clover. She held out her hand.
You've got a notebook and a pen, right? Can I borrow them?
So this would have worked out fine if they had Snake's bracelet. If they had Snake's bracelet, everyone survived and could have gotten off. But alas.
But
so here's the problem at the heart of it, right? with digital roots specifically, basically every number has kind of like a pair that helps it add up to 9. So like 1 and 8, right? 2, 7, 3, 6, 5, 4. Cool. There's also the 9th man, who's like a freebie, right? He can do whatever, it doesn't change the digital route, and they have the 0 bracelet. Cool. If you take so that means the total for the entire group, the digital root of the entire group, it's always going to be is always going to be 9. Now, if you take exactly one of and you can easily see how those could be divided into 2 easy groups, right? Right? We did that last time. Without Snake there, as soon as you take one of those out of it, that isn't the 9th man. The 9th man was a lucky first person to die, if I'm honest. Then you immediately create a deficit equal to their partners. So now not only do they have to find a way to get rid of 2, they also have to find a way to get rid of 7 total as well in order to make both groups into 9. So,
but they have, on our theory, Snake's bracelet. They just need to expose Ace.
They would need to run back up and grab it, but yeah, they would need to expose Ace to do it. And
on our theory, doesn't Ace have it? Wasn't the purpose of Ace's killing to obtain
it's to grab
that
it?
bracelet?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, here.
Slightly confused, he pulled them out and handed them to her.
Look at this.
Clover opened the notebook to a blank page and set it down on the desk. Everyone else gathered around her and watched as she wrote down a series of numbers.
You get it? The numbers on the top are all the combinations with digital roots of 9. The numbers on the bottom are the people who don't fit. There's only 8 possibilities if we split up into 2 groups of 3 or 4 people. So, if 3 people go through the door, then 4 are left behind. If 4 go through, then 3 are left behind, right? Yeah.
Clover nodded, almost as if she were pleased with herself for solving a difficult math problem.
No way.
Well, no longer feeling guilty about some good old-fashioned moida. The room went very quiet. Silence lay across everyone like a thick, heavy blanket. No one spoke. Their faces were blank.
Come to think of it.
Desperate for something else to look at, Junpei turned his eyes to the room around him.
What is this room?
The walls were covered with candles. What route are we on? We still haven't branched yet. Okay, interesting. The wavering flame made the shadows of Junpei and his companions look as though they were dancing. 2 rows of wooden pews filled most of the room.
Yeah, it looks like it's set up for some kind of ceremony. But what kind?
Between them was a strip of rich red carpet. The carpet ran straight through the room, ending at the door that pointed to the stern of the boat, at the other end of the carpet.
Is that an altar?
It was a recessed space set into the wall between the numeral 2 other doors. Sitting on a raised section of the altar was a coffin. A coffin. A coffin.
A coffin?
You need like a lozenge or something?
No, it couldn't possibly be.
But if it wasn't, then whose body occupied it? That was as far as Junpei wanted to pursue that line of thought. He decided not to think about the coffin for the time being.
Whoa, think about the fucking coffin. It's got a keypad on it and everything. Ah!
Come on, Junpei. Think about the damn coffin. At that moment, Seven spoke. There was an edge of humor to his voice, but it was forced.
Okay, I give up. I figured if we sat around here long enough, someone would volunteer, but I guess nobody's got the guts to do it. What are you talking about?
Junpei didn't understand, and he wasn't the only one.
What, you guys didn't figure it out yet? Fine. Let me enlighten you. Clover was mostly right with her little explanation earlier, but she missed something. She wasn't really wrong, she just, screw it, let me just write it out.
Seven snatched up the notebook and began to write in it. Everyone else clustered around him, just desperate for a look.
If you're trying to leave with a group of 3 and a group of 4 and get everybody out, Clover's right. But there's another way. Only one combination, though. If you split us up into groups of 3, 3, and 1, you can make this combination. Wait, this means... Don't get me wrong here. I'm not trying to copy Ace or anything like that. Even if he hadn't been the hero back in the big hospital room, I'd still be saying the same thing.
The same thing, are you saying?
Yeah, I am. I'll stay behind.
Huh. Huh?
Ugh.
Why are you acting so heroic all of a sudden? Are you some kind of idiot? Lotus was the first to speak. That in itself was a little strange. She'd reacted much differently when Ace had volunteered. I'm completely against this. I'll be goddamned if I'm going to have to owe you for getting out of here. The rest of them began to speak all at once. I'm against it too. I didn't want to leave Ace behind, and I don't want to leave you either.
I don't like that idea. There's got to be other options.
I disagree as well. I can't say I care much for you being the hero, huh?
Finally, they quieted down, and Junpei looked at Seven.
Well, there you go, Seven. Proposal denied. Clover's right. There's got to be a better way than this.
Seven made some noise that was somewhere between a derisive snort and a cough.
Doesn't make any sense.
He was doing his best to pretend they were making a foolish decision, but Junpei could see a twinkling of water at the corners of Seven's eyes. That was when Santa spoke.
Whoa, hold on a minute. I haven't said anything yet.
Until then, Junpei hadn't realized that Santa had stayed quiet for the whole discussion of Seven's fate. Something in his voice made Junpei uncomfortable.
Are you agreeing? You want to leave him here?
Santa shook his head.
Nah, I'm against it. I don't want to leave Seven here alone. Then I don't see how it matters. I said alone. Huh? I said I don't want to leave Seven alone.
There was a dull shine in Santa's eyes. They were cold and hard. Junpei felt himself shiver.
What the hell are you? What, you don't get it? I can't leave just one person. I need 2 more. 3 people, including Seven. I'll be leaving behind 3 people. That's my proposal. No, those are my orders. What do you mean, orders? What the hell makes you think you can order us around? Who the hell's going to listen to you? You all will. In 3 seconds, you won't have a choice. What? 3, 2, 1.
Santa was so fast, Junpei could barely see him. When he moved, it was almost like watching a dance. His feet moving like lightning. He spun and... Ah! What?
Interesting. Interesting.
What?
Did we totally misread?
I didn't... We must have.
Well, so did we totally misread it, or are there multiple people with competing aims? Because it could make total sense that he would both be the one that insists we get everyone here and pulls this. Maybe he wishes to go through with specific people or to leave specific people behind.
Okay.
That could, if he for some reason... What if he's working with Ace? What would that get us? I don't know. Let's roll the scene. I don't think I have a good theory.
Right, so he did get the gun from the 2-door.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they hadn't gone through the 2-door. They went through the 6-door.
They went through the path that we went through last time. The path that took us here.
Right. That's the path that had the gun in it.
Yeah.
Right. You're right. He had June.
See, I told you.
His lips curled into a cruel, mocking smile.
Huh? What?
A shudder traveled the length of Junpei's spine. But this also doesn't match with what Santa was saying earlier. To June. I don't think June would lie about that.
How does it not match?
That if he was just threatening and was like okay with leaving a group of people behind, he could have just left when
maybe Lotus is one of the people he wants to leave behind specifically.
I see.
Or something like that.
His chest froze and he could feel his breath go stale in his lungs. Nothing made sense. Junpei felt as though his head were about to explode.
In fact, he specifically said he wants to leave 3 people behind. So there's a group of 4 he has in mind.
Yep. Santa suddenly changed in attitude, saying that he needed 2 more. The gun in his right hand, a revolver. Santa had grabbed June from behind and pressed what Junpei's shaken brain had identified as a revolver roughly against her temple.
Why? What the hell is that?
Where on earth had Santa possibly found a gun? Junpei's questions roared in his mind, but his mouth refused to ask them. Seven spoke almost as though he had sensed Junpei's confusion.
The gun's from the other room. What room? One of the rooms behind door 6. I should have known he was going to do this. I should have taken the gun. Well, it's too late now, fat ass. Damn it.
A mixture of fury and frustration twisted Seven's face, and he glared at Santa. Santa, for his part, didn't do so much as flinch. The corner of his lip twitched into a slightly wider smile. Then the smile faded and he began to move. He walked backward, dragging June with him. Before long, his back was resting against the door. On the wall next to him was the red. He put his hand on the scanner panel quickly and then forced June to do the same.
Now, time for you to start following my orders. Ace, Lotus, congratulations. I've chosen you to come with me. Put your hands on the red.
3 + 6 + 1 + 8 = 18. That was what Santa had meant when he had said he needed 2 more.
Hey, you deaf? I gave you an order.
Santa's eyes narrowed to his slits. He glared at Ace and Lotus. They stayed, frozen like deer caught in the headlights of an oncoming car.
Right, fine. I didn't want to waste any bullets, but you guys just don't get it.
No sooner were the words out of Santa's mouth than his hand twitched, and the gun roared. A section of the floor exploded, scattering wooden splinters across the floor. A thin plume of smoke snaked out of the hole in the floor. There could be no doubt that the gun was real, and it worked.
You really shot it? But why? Santa, why are you...
Clover's voice spoke of betrayal and disbelief.
Santa, I thought you were one of us. I thought we were friends. What? You knew about the leaf words and the 4-leaf clover.
Santa's cheek twitched almost imperceptibly.
What the hell is that shit? I've got no idea. You're lying. Shut up. Just shut up, you stupid bitch. You want me to put a bullet in your fucking head?
Oh, are they doing this?
Doing what? Doing what?
Let me see how this plays out. Let me see how this plays out before I advance the theory. Flecks of spit flew from Santa's mouth, his face twisted with rage. Clover recoiled, her eyes wide, and when she spoke, her voice was very small.
Santa.
He snorted, then shook his head vigorously and turned to face Ace and Lotus.
All right, assholes. What are you still standing there for? Get over here and scan those bracelets. I don't have all day. Oh, what's the matter? Your hearing's starting to going senile, maybe?
Here's an interesting thing, though. With Clover having grabbed the 0 bracelet, the 2... No, because we're number 6. No, we're 5. Yeah, we can go through the other door.
Yeah, so 7's still fucked, but...
7's still fucked, but yeah. Ace and Lotus still didn't move. It almost seemed as if they couldn't move. June's face was pale behind Santa's arm. Her eyes were wild and her chest heaved with every quick breath like an animal cornered by a predator. Junpei's mind worked furiously. What were they going to do? Then he realized something. There was nothing they needed to do. There was nothing to debate.
That's it.
June's safety was the first priority. That much was obvious. Doing as Santa had commanded meant she would be safe from at least 2 threats. She wouldn't be shot, and she would leave the ship alive along with Santa, Ace, and Lotus. There's only one thing for Junpei to do.
It's the only way.
He turned to Ace and Lotus.
Please. Go.
Huh? No way.
Junpei, what are you saying? If you stay here, you're going to be stuck, Junpei. And so will Clover and 7.
I know. But you don't need to worry about us. We'll figure something out. Right, 7? Right. You just leave it to us. It's gonna piss me off to do what Santa says, but, Don't worry about me either. There's still something I have to take care of.
No, you can't. Ace, Lotus, don't come over. Don't worry about me, please.
June was almost crying. Junpei walked around behind Ace and Lotus. He gently placed a hand on each of their shoulders.
Please.
And he pushed them toward the door. They almost stumbled and then rightened themselves and took another step and another. They turned around and Junpei nodded.
Go.
All right.
Fine. Ace and Lotus turned around again and walked slowly toward the door where Santa was waiting for them. To what seemed like an eternity, they stopped in front of the door marked 9. Santa smiled.
All right, now let's get those hands on the scanner panel.
Yeah.
What's the holdup? What, you think I'm fucking around here? I don't give a shit about this girl. The red doesn't need a person, you know. All I need is the bracelet.
He seems to know that. And if he or someone he loved was involved in the last game, then there's probably a good chance that they found that out firsthand. And that's good to get confirmation from the game that our theory about using just the bracelet is correct.
You get it? Good. Now put your fucking hands on the scanner. I'm not gonna say it again.
He shoved the revolver harder against June's head, and she winced.
Ugh, fine.
Ace sighed defeated and placed his hand on the scanner panel. Lotus went next. Lotus glared at Santa and slammed her hand onto the scanner panel. The 4th asterisk blinked on.
Good job. Now, Lotus, pull that lever. Soon as the door opens, you get your ass in there. Try anything stupid, and you know what happens, right?
Damn it. Junpei could almost hear Lotus's teeth grind. Man, Lotus has really gotten the shit end of the stick in almost all of these endings, huh? The door slid open. Door number 9 opened at last. It opened with a low, powerful rumble, a drum roll to welcome the chosen few.
Good. Go.
Lotus and Ace walked through the door, their eyes furious but defeated. Santa waited until they were all the way inside, then hauled himself and June across the threshold as well. 6, 7, 8.
Later.
After exactly 9 seconds, the door swung shut. The gust of air created caused the candles on the altar to flicker and die. The room fell silent. Junpei, Clover, and 7 had been left behind. Clover looked down at her hand, traced with her finger in faint blue veins that crisscrossed them. 7 shoved his arms into the front of his overalls and scratched his stomach. No one spoke. Silence made the air feel thick and oppressive.
Desperate for something, anything to occupy his mind, Junpei walked to the larger of the 2 9 doors. He stood in front of it and looked at the red. The red engaged. He moved to the smaller door. The red vacant. The digital root of the remaining people was 7. 7 plus 4 plus 7 equals 16. 1 plus 6 equals 7. There was no possible way for them to open a door with a 9 on it. Junpei touched the surface of the door.
June.
He thought about June, about Akane Kuroshiki. Was she safe? That was all that mattered to him. If she was alive, if she had escaped this horrible boat. That was what Junpei prayed for. 7 came up next to him. He pulled off his hat, scratched his head, and sighed.
So, what do you want to do, Junpei? What do you mean, what do I want to do? What can we do?
Well, if they take what... Well, no, because Snake's bracelet is gone.
Unless it isn't. Unless we were wrong about Ace and Snake's bracelet is still there.
Yeah.
But also, Clover seemed to think that wasn't Snake. And that's interesting.
So...
And... I don't know. I think there's still a chance that the 2 bracelet is floating around.
7 opened his mouth to respond when...
So it's Snake in the coffin!
A noise echoed through the room. Someone was pounding on something vigorously. It wasn't mechanical, it was certainly human. Junpei and 7 looked at one another.
What the hell is that? Shh. Quiet.
Clover motioned to 7 to be quiet. She put one finger to her lips and closed her eyes in concentration. The numeral 3 of them listened, trying to determine where the sound was coming from.
Where? Where is it coming from? Could it be? Hey, I think it's coming from this coffin. You're right. Let's open it. But how? What are those muscles for? For show? You're telling me to force it open. Just shut up and try.
Junpei and 7 grabbed a hold of the coffin. They tried to get a good grip with what little purchase they could find and pulled with all their strength.
Ah. Ah.
Do you want me to take over 7 again?
Sure. Damn it.
Man, it won't even budge. There was some sort of keypad attached to the coffin. Its purpose would not have been difficult to determine. Their eyes were almost immediately drawn to it. Not another one.
Yeah, looks like it. Do you think we have to put in the right password or it won't open? I think so.
The noise wasn't stopping. In fact, it was just getting louder.
Whoever or whatever's inside this thing wants out, and now.
Well, I know that. But, how,
Without a passcode, I don't think there's much we can do.
They couldn't even tell how many numbers the passcode needed to be.
Isn't there a hint somewhere?
Well, let's look for one, alright? Unfortunately, there didn't seem to be anything near the coffin. Clover ran to examine the pews, and 7 investigated the desk, but they turned up nothing.
There's nothing here.
Not, making this easy, are they? The sound still wouldn't stop. It wasn't a noise that belonged in that room.
What's the passcode? What am I
Out with
supposed
it.
to do? How can we figure it out?
Alright, Junpei, throw me some numbers.
I need something.
Yo, cutscene, what?
What the fuck?
No way. That's what they're doing? Unfortunately, that's the wrong answer. Actually, Absent. Wings, staff. Laboratory. You're just gonna give up just like that? Hang in there, Junpei. Wait, was that a shot of Ace with a gun? That
Looked
just
like
flicked
it.
by there real fast? Now it is time. Let our game begin. Now the game begins!
What the fuck?
Like to save the info you obtained during this playthrough. Yeah!
I really would.
I really would! No, not there. You know what? I think I was right.
Interesting.
But that's locked. So those are all unlocked. And that route was locked, but this isn't.
Interesting. So I was wrong that we were going down the other path. There's still other info we need. There's still other info we need.
No. You were right. We unlocked it. It just won't let us through yet. This is a thing that comes up in AI, the Somnium files. There are at a certain point, the game ends with like 2 major routes, but you can only advance in each one of them after advancing so far in another.
Oh.
I don't think it'll let us through here until we have enough information from some of these other routes.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so I think what we need to do is go back and close some of those locks and then try to go through there again, but without... oh god, on the boat. Okay, no.
Guess it's time to start doing some cleanup, huh?
Yeah, let's do some...
Do you want to get the like weird little side route bit first?
Yeah, I feel like just for completion's sake, we should see what is in this one.
And then see if it gets us any further.
Yeah. So we're going to jump to here.
How do we get to that one?
That's the 2-door.
Okay.
So that's the 2-door, but from here instead of being railroaded into it.
Okay.
All right. So now I don't think this will change much of anything other than that we get to the right route with whatever keys these are.
Mhm.
But I do want to see... But the right route ends in one way only. So regardless, we're going to knock out this one scene here.
My choice is door 2.
Santa was unconvinced.
Hey, wait a minute there. You cheating? Cheating? I'm asking if you changed your number after you heard what doors we wanted. How could I do that? I wrote it down on the paper earlier. Let me see that. Sure, here.
Junpei shrugged and handed it to him. Santa examined it furiously. The others peered at it as well. As they did, Junpei quickly slipped the piece of paper he'd been hiding into his pocket. Though he'd never know it now, Santa had been justified in his suspicions. Junpei had switched papers.
I had 3 pieces of paper ready,
For doors 1, 2, and 6.
and I put the one with door 6 on it into the pot.
He put a small mark on it so he'd know which one was his.
I just needed to make sure I drew last. After I saw everyone else's result, I just chose whatever door I wanted. If the number I'd already put in matched, then I didn't have to switch the paper out. Well, what does it say?
He fought the urge to smirk.
You got lucky.
Santa snorted and tossed the paper aside, frustrated.
Alright, so we know who's going through door 2. It'll be me, Lotus, and Junpei.
7 plus 8 plus 5 equals 20.
The only problem's the other 2 teams. June and I want door 6.
Clover and I chose door number 1, eh?
That's not good. Can't open either of those doors with only 2 people.
Everyone was silent. Then suddenly Clover spoke, her face blank and cold.
Why don't Santa and June go into door 1 with Ace?
Huh?
Well...
They looked at one another. 3 plus 6 plus 1 equals 10. 1 plus 0 equals 1. Finally, Ace spoke.
Then, what will you do, Clover?
I'll be waiting at the stairs. You guys are coming back here, right? That's what 7 was saying, wasn't it?
That had been what 7 had been saying.
We aren't going to be split up permanently till we find door 9. We might get separated for a little while, but we'll see each other again. Otherwise, we won't be able to open door 9. That's how the nonary game works. I'm sorry, but I just want to be by myself for a while. You understand, right?
There was no emotion on her face, but it was drawn and pale. Her eyes were red. No one had the heart to contradict her.
Yeah.
Huh?
The room grew very quiet. Silence drifted down over everything like a blanket of fresh snow. It was Santa who finally spoke.
Alright, I'm going through door 1. That alright with you, June?
Yeah.
June nodded.
Well, we'll be going then.
Let's move to. Yeah.
Right, let's go. And just like that, their paths were set.
I won't see June for a while, but this was my choice. I'm just gonna have to suck it up. 7 said we'd all see each other again, and I'm gonna believe that.
He took strength from that thought.
The other group went to A deck to go through door 1.
Oh. Okay, so we are already on this run right now. This literally is just this little bit here.
Clover joined them. Our group is on our way, too. We're heading to the bottom deck using the elevators. I wonder what we'll find down there.
They stepped off the elevator and headed for door number 2.
We ready?
Yeah, anytime.
I'll go first.
One by one, they put their palms onto the recognition device and 3 asterisks blinked to life on the screen.
Let's go.
The door opened, and they leapt inside.
Where the hell is it this time?
I don't see it!
There it is. It's right there.
Fortunately, it took them only moments to find the dead. It had been placed just inside of the room, right next to the numbered door. They gathered around it and quickly scanned each of their bracelets. Huh.
It stopped.
Yeah, it stopped. Junpei could feel his heart pounding against the inside of his ribs. 7 and Lotus were breathing hard and fast.
Man, I'll never get used to that. I'm not sure it's something I'd want to get used to. We should finish this game before imminent death becomes a normal thing. Damn right. All right.
Junpei looked around again.
This hallway is pretty short, but it's got 5 doors, 3 on the left, and only 1 on the right. Don't forget the last one at the end of the hall. But it's got a metal plate over it, so I doubt we're gonna
Sorry.
get anywhere that way.
After taking a look around the room, 7 spoke.
All right, let's get started. I think we'd probably better split up. You two okay with that?
Yeah, no problem.
Sure thing. Then I'll take this first one.
Seven nodded to them and stepped into the room closest to him. I'll try the one next to it. At last, Junpei was left alone.
Well, I guess I'd better get started too.
He looked intently at the remaining 3 doors. Okay, here we go.
Was this the same crew we did this puzzle with last time?
It was. It is the same crew we did this puzzle with last time.
Okay.
So, let's see.
In that case, are we able to speed ahead to the ending?
Yep, the ending will be the same though.
Yeah. But I feel like it's worth doing just in case there's like information or something that matters. It doesn't seem like there was, but like, should we do it and then save in case you have to complete every room or something like that?
I don't think so. I don't understand what you're hoping to get for. All these have already lit up and shown that we've done them. And the one that wasn't lit up before is now.
Yeah, but will that be the case if we reload our last save?
No, I'm just going to jump to a new part. I can just jump wherever I want now.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought you could only go further down a path you were on. Okay.
No. Now we can just jump wherever we want.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yep. So,
what do we want to try?
So interesting here. We've these are showing as locked or unlocked. Somehow these so these are still locked.
Yeah, because we haven't gone through there.
Okay, but they're white, showing that we had unlocked them before.
Is that how it works?
I'm pretty sure that's what that means, that we've found the solution to them. Let's try. Yep, because this, I bet, was getting the bookmark. Oh, we missed one at the very beginning, though. Interesting. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Let's try to see if we can get any of these to flip, if we can understand what they're doing.
Okay.
Let's start at the very beginning here.
4 and 5 doors.
Interesting.
Here's our choice.
Let's try 5 this time.
Okay, so that now has the red key unlocked.
Oh, I see what this is. Okay, so there's 2 different sets, right? There's red and there's white. The white keys lead to the white lock down here. The red keys lead to the red lock down here. So, by going through door number 5, we've started down a different series of things we can do. And if we get all the red keys unlocked, then we can unlock this thing here and get to whatever this ending is.
Okay.
If we get to this ending while missing some of the white keys, then we'll get shunted to the other thing here. So now, actually, let's just jump ahead. Now that we know how this works, and the first key appears to be choosing door 5.
Does that mean we could go get the bad end version of the one we just did?
That's what I'm thinking here.
Okay.
So let's jump up to outside the casino.
Wait, to outside the casino?
Just to make sure it locks us into this route. See, you can see the green line showing what route you're going down.
Okay, yeah.
And now, if we go down to here, it should be, yes, okay. So
Yeah, so we're missing those keys. Yep.
Yep, so we're missing those keys this time. So this should give us the bad end version of this. Okay. Which seems to be a little longer.
All right. So this is probably the same for a bit, right?
Yeah. We'll cut back in if we find anything different. Yo, Junpei, that's a really good map of the ship's interior for A deck you got there.
The bit in the middle looks kind of like a toilet.
Yeah, it's more like a bidet.
Interesting.
She doesn't even give a...
There's less conversation. I didn't even catch the difference until we got through.
Yep, there's less conversation this time.
She gave at least a clue of what was going on last time, namely that she had found stuff and taken it with her.
And this one, she doesn't trust us enough.
So
That's what I thought. The white keys are equivalent to, or basically are like getting Clover to trust us at this point.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's what the white keys are. I don't know what the red keys are going to be. How we change that at the ending there.
Wait. Scroll back up.
Yep, scrolling back up. Okay.
That's new. Come on, we gotta hurry.
With that, Clover ran straight past a somewhat confused Junpei. As she did, he caught a glimpse of her back.
Huh? Clover, what's that on your back?
Sticking up from her collar was something that looked like a big wooden stick.
Like an axe. A stick? Hey, Clover, what the hell is that thing on your back?
She didn't respond. Instead, she quickly turned the corner and disappeared.
She took the axe?
She took the axe.
Is she ignoring me?
I don't think she took...
For crying out loud.
Junpei did his best to convince himself that it would make sense later and ran off after Clover. Okay. Where would she hide an axe on her person anyway? You ever think about that? She's tiny. She's a child.
It's not hidden in any way, shape, or form, though. It was just described that it was sticking out of her collar.
Yeah, but no one else...
Yeah, no one else has looked yet.
Oh, hold on. There's something else new here. They were all quiet for a while until they had just reached C deck when Clover spoke.
Hey, what about door 2?
Everyone else stopped. They all turned to look at Clover. Seven spoke.
What about door 2? Door 2 is the only one we haven't gone through it. I mean...
Yeah, that's true.
Are you guys okay with that? Not investigating it, I mean? So what? We found door 9. We don't need any of the other doors. What's the point?
Huh?
What's the point in going to door 9? We can't all go through it, right? Duh. Then we should do what we have to do before we go any further.
Oh, you're a depth first player. I get it.
It's like a jigsaw puzzle. The best way to finish it quickly is to do the border pieces first. You know?
Nah.
Or what, you think all 7 of us should go to door 9? And then we argue over who stays behind and who gets to go? Do we really want to do that again?
Again?
Because we've done that at previous doors.
Okay.
Who knows? If we check out door 2, maybe we'll find something. Maybe we can find a way to get all of us out.
Huh?
I don't know what might be in there. We may not find anything. But don't you think it'd be better to at least have a look? I mean, am I wrong? Does that sound wrong to you guys?
Huh.
Ugh.
Huh?
Yeah, you do have a point.
The others nodded in agreement.
The last time I checked the clock, it was 4:30. It's not like we've got a lot of time, but if we're quick about it, we might have time to take a look.
You're right. Let's go take a look at door number 2. What's behind door number 2?
They were back in front of the elevator. Nearby was the large hospital room.
The elevator can take us down to door 2.
Who shall go then?
Let's see. Me, I'm going. Then June, 7 and I need to go with her.
4 plus 3 plus 6 plus 7 equals 20. 20 plus 0 equals 2.
Hey, why do you get to... I don't mind. We'd only waste time arguing over it.
Jumpy, I'm okay too.
See? Can we just go now? Fine. All right, let's get going.
I'll see you later.
Okay, be careful.
They climbed into the elevator and Junpei listened to it creak and rattle its way to the bottom deck. Only Junpei, Ace, and Lotus were left. As the elevator rumbled out of sight, Ace spoke.
Lotus, would you be so kind as to go with me?
Go with you? I didn't think people still talked that way outside of the 1950s. Well, I'm a mother. Would that be a problem for you?
Oh, that's not what I meant. Hoping you would come with me.
Seriously, though, I was kidding. So where was it you wanted to take me?
Something I wanted to show you.
Hey, man, what the hell? I'm not important
He's
enough?
trying to get Lotus's bracelet still.
Well, it's not like that. Show Lotus, I'll show you.
Really?
Yeah, of course.
Ace's smile was friendly. So, does he have the... What do you have the gun in this route? No.
Nope. I don't
So
think.
he's gonna stab her. Okay.
Fine, do whatever you want.
Hey, thanks, Junpei. You coming, Lotus?
Fine. Doesn't look like they're going to be back anytime soon anyway. Might as well go see whatever it is you think so important.
Hey, thank you. Well then, shall we go?
Ace turned and began to walk. Lotus followed. They disappeared into the hallway on the left.
Ah.
Time seemed to drag as Junpei waited for the others to return.
Geez, they're so slow. And what's keeping Ace and Lotus?
Suddenly, the elevator opened. A single person stood there.
Clover, I guess you're the first one back.
It was only Clover inside. He didn't see the rest. She looked at Junpei, then slowly, purposely stepped out of the elevator. The door closed behind her.
Where's everybody else? What happened?
She didn't answer. Instead, her eyes swept the room and then settled on Junpei.
Where are Ace and Lotus? Oh, Ace said he wanted to show Lotus something, so they went into that hallway.
Junpei explained what had happened.
Oh, then they went over there?
Her voice was small and timid.
Yeah, I think so.
He repeated his earlier question. Is she about to murder Junpei here?
Maybe.
Because we know what her state of mind is, right? We know what her frame of mind is.
Yep.
At this point, right? Her frame of mind is that she can't. We haven't helped her learn up and trust anyone. Because remember, the whole big thing was like, I can trust you, right, Junpei?
Mm-hmm.
She hasn't made that, so she hasn't been able to narrow down her list at all. So she's just going axe crazy. Maybe. Repeated his earlier question.
So where are June, Santa, and Seven? Why aren't they with you? You really want to know?
There was something wrong with her smile.
Yeah. Okay, sure. Here, let me show you.
Clover pulled something out of her pocket and tossed it on the floor at Junpei's feet.
Huh?
He looked down. On the floor in front of him were 3 metal rings.
Bracelets. Oh my god. Oh, holy shit.
Junpei collapsed.
No way. No way. Is this some kind of twisted joke? This can't be real.
Junpei's body felt like rubber.
Ugh.
His heart felt like a cold lump in his chest, and his hands shook uncontrollably. Sweat poured down his face. The 3 bracelets sat there on the floor before him. He could see the numbers on their faces.
3, 7,
and
6.
Lastly, let us discuss how to remove the bracelets. There are only 2 ways to do so. 1, you escape from the ship. 2, your heart rate reaches 0. In other words, once the bracelet is taken outside the confines of the ship or detects that its wearer's heartbeat has fallen to 0, it will shut down automatically.
But why?
Junpei's voice was flat and broken. Clover's response was cold.
Revenge for my brother. He was forced into door 3 and murdered. You need at least 3 people to open a door. Who were the 2 that opened that door with him? It could only have been Santa and Seven. That's why I killed them.
2 + 3 + 7 = 12. 1 + 2 = 3.
But why? Why did you kill June? Because she tried to protect them. She was in my way. She had to die too. No.
Junpei shook his head, trying desperately to wake himself up from what had to be a dream.
No.
It couldn't be real. It just couldn't.
Hey, Junpei.
He felt Clover's hand on his shoulder. Her smile was wrong, horribly wrong. Her face looked like a mask made from stretched human skin. The smile that parted her lips did not extend to her eyes. They were dead and empty. The girl in front of him was no longer the Clover he had known. Perhaps she was not even human.
Let's go.
Her hand reached out toward him.
Let's get out of here. Let's leave this ship. What the hell are you talking about? To open a numbered door? Yes, I know. You need at least 3 people. But as long as we have this...
Once again, Clover reached into her pocket and pulled something out.
That's...
It was another bracelet. Junpei could see the number on the face. 0.
The 0 bracelet.
That is what she took. Okay, so I mean, we figured it out, but that's confirmation.
You've got something in your pocket. What is it? Oh, this is, See? You get it now? If we have the 0 bracelet, we can leave. You and I can open door 9 with just the 2 of us.
4 + 5 + 0 = 9.
See? So let's go. Come on, hurry up.
She shoved out her hand again. Junpei looked up at Clover. She had the face of a demon, but there was something else. There was a holy light that surrounded her. She was both a fierce god and a benevolent goddess filled with love.
Junpei?
Her voice was soft. Her eyes weren't empty anymore. They were deep, so deep, Junpei could feel himself falling into them. He felt dizzy. There was something oddly bewitching about her. His mind was beginning to crack, his heart beginning to melt.
Junpei?
The hand she was offering him looked so soft and so inviting.
Clover.
Junpei reached out with his own trembling hand and closed it over hers.
Yeah?
Junpei writhed in agony. He shuddered and twitched, his body spasming as he went into shock. He screamed until his throat was torn and bloody, and then screamed more. His cries echoed across the room. Eventually his movement slowed and then faded. There was no more strength left in Junpei. He could feel his body begin to go numb. He no longer felt pain. He no longer felt anything. Whatever Junpei had been was gone. The last remnants of his mind began to fade. Even as his vision faded to nothingness, he saw Clover.
Thanks, Junpei. I'm just gonna borrow this, okay?
Her smile was cold. What was left of Junpei's conscious mind drifted away, and all that was left was a twisted, broken corpse.
Bad end.
Yeah, no shit.
Let me ask you a question.
That's the name of
Nice
the achievement that just got unlocked. Yeah, I do want to save that. Okay. Look at that.
Lovely. 2 more endings.
4 out of 6. So it's interesting that it shows 6 endings over there, but only 5 are achievable here. So there must be a golden ending then.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. All right. So let me just, what's this episode length right now? It's going to be a little short still. But I will be fine with that. So what we'll do next time is we'll spend some time figuring out how to do the locks for these. And then we'll do this ending and we'll do some wrap up stuff and it'll be great. Everyone will have a good time.
Yeah.
Except for Dave. Dave knows what's coming. Sorry, Dave. Anyway, we'll see you all in a bit. Bye.
Bye.
Smash that like, comment and subscribe.
Hey, Santa. Sorry I'm late. I was doing puzzles.
It's okay. I am puzzles.
Oh my god, June, no! Junpei, we're going to die in 9 hours.